I forgot my intro.
Go on, include it. Throw it in.
Hey, I forgot the intro, but here. How's that for an intro? There you go. Take two. What's going on, people? And welcome to Man Knows Football. You are here with myself, Guni, and Younes. Yes, we are back again on your screens. And this time we have some more transfer news. And this one seems to be some trolling transfer news as well, potentially. But before we get into anything, make sure you smash that subscribe button if you are new to the channel. Smash the like button as well. Let's get us up in the algorithm. Also, both of our details are down there in the description. I've done all the hard work for you. All you have to do is just click the links and it's going to take you right there. So what are you lot waiting for? Let's just make this happen. But Younes, how you doing, my bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Mad scenes. Insane
Mad
scenes.
scenes. Mad scenes.
This transfer window's taking a mick because at first we were all waiting for signings, you remember? And now we're like, oh my God, yeah, it's all flying in. But like yesterday, the whole Cucurella stuff, and you know, I don't know about you. I posted, and then the news came out, and then I posted again, and then Brighton's rubbish came out, and I'm like, no, this is ridiculous. And the Aubameyang afterwards, like, it's just gone mad. It's gone nuts. I'm all for it.
I mean, it has. I mean, and just about the Cucurella situation, literally as I was about to press publish, yeah, I got a message on my phone from someone on Twitter. I think it was Henry Danger that sent it to me. Big up yourself, Henry, if you're listening. Brighton came out with that notice that, you know, nothing has been agreed between any club. So what I did was I just went and recorded another one, which is the one that you see now on the channel. But there is still, that other one is still waiting in the drafts though, because yeah, I can't delete that one. That's a very good video. But I was this close to doing a, well, I don't think this is going to be a Kunde part 2 because I actually think that this deal is going to happen, Younes. I'm not going to lie to you.
What, Cucurella?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Of course. It's already done. We know it's already done. The only thing that's holding everything back is Levi Colwell. That's it. We know it. And it's not even holding back. It's just Brighton wanting to make sure that they get their player and we don't run off with Colwell after getting Cucurella. Like, I don't know if they think that, okay, we're going to sign Cucurella and then we're going to go back on our promise and take the player and run away. Like, come on.
No, it doesn't make no sense. And what message does it send to other clubs, you know? And I'm sure it's very much in Brighton's interest to be keeping a healthy relationship with Chelsea Football Club, given the amount of youngsters and the level of talent that we've got coming out of our academy. So clubs like that, they don't really want to upset us because we might say to them down the line, well, you can't have this player or you can't loan this player because of what you've done here. But my theory is that Brighton just wanted to hold the element of control and just let their fans know, like, you know, they're not going to be pushed around by a top club, because we also have to remember and respect as well that Cucurella is a big figure over at Brighton with the fans. He's a top player, probably one of the best players they've ever seen play for the club, and I say that respectfully. So maybe it's a case where they want to appease the fans when it comes to the announcement to say, well, listen, we've lost the top quality left back to a top team, but we've brought in one of England's best young talents to remedy that. So people, you don't have to worry about us going backwards, which to me is understandable. I don't know about you.
Yeah, and that makes sense. From that perspective, it makes sense. And this is why, like, look, when transfers happen, you get people like Fabrizio coming out and giving you the here we go. Clubs haven't announced anything, but like, that's okay. Just in terms of what Brighton needed to do, cool, stay put. When the official announcements come out, they come out and you will coordinate with Chelsea to make sure that both parties are happy.
Yeah.
That's it. You get your player. Cool. That's all sorted. If there's a buyback and whatnot, it seems like there will be. Lovely. Cool. We get Cucurella. Nice one. Both parties are sorted. Both players are sorted. Okay. Put the announcements out. And that way, both look good. Both look strong. Both look like they come out with what they want. Happy days. Everyone's a winner.
100%. And just on Fabrizio Romano, because he did get a little spanking yesterday, you know, just to remember who was really bossing that the clubs are in control. But does that mean he's in the mud? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't think so.
I think he's got it absolutely spot on.
And here's the thing. What made me so confident that he was right was just down to the Kunde situation. I knew he was not going to let that happen twice. You know that saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yeah.
I think it was that case of that situation. So even if you see what Fabrizio Romano has been saying, I was just reading this to Younes before we came online about 40 minutes ago. Just this is pertaining to the Cucurella situation. He does say, no updates. I keep my here we go. Cucurella to Chelsea. Levi Colwill will join Brighton. Wait and see. So he seems adamant. His stance has never changed, not once, even since the official tweet from the Brighton account came out. So he seems to be very confident that the move is going to happen, to be honest. And big up T-Dot giving us some extra information as well that I did not know. That's my brother. Cucurella training on his own as well, won't feature this weekend for Brighton. So look, the signs are there. The signs are definitely there.
This is the thing. When Fabrizio gives you a here we go, bruv, take it and run. 100%. Like Kunde to Chelsea or that, there was never a here we go.
Was there not?
With Chelsea, no. There was never a Kunde to Chelsea, here we go. There was always Kunde to Chelsea, it's looking good, they're getting close, talks are progressing, personal terms agreed, all that. But here we go means it's done. He only posts that when it's finished, like between the two clubs, it's finalized, it's on the dotted line. All that's left is the announcement. I think the Cucurella deal is done. Now it's just sorting Colwill out. And once that's over the line and that's officially done, announcements are pending. So yeah, it's going to be completely fine.
From a footballing perspective, signing Cucurella is an absolute masterstroke. I'm sorry. I don't care if it's 50 million, 55 million. Bro. I don't care if it's 60 million, 70. I love that guy. I just care about the football and what he can bring to this team. Mm-hmm. Look, the one thing that me and we have in common is that we've always said we like our defenders to be able to defend. That's first and foremost.
That's why they're defenders.
Exactly. And then got anything outside of that is a bonus. But Cucurella, my goodness me, he just does everything at such a good level. Yeah. Going forward, when it comes to playing in them crosses, he's brilliant. When it comes to spotting that pass, he's brilliant. When it comes to tracking back and actually defending and putting in the tackles and dispossessing players, he's very good at that. So no doubt there is an upgrade there. And to the fans that are saying, oh, we've got so many left backs on the books, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about that. What I care about is, does this
leaving?
Exactly. One, they're leaving. Two, does this signing elevate Chelsea Football Club to the next level? I believe so. Yes, there's a hell of a lot more work to do. So our signings all combined by the time these transfer windows closed, I'm hoping and it's looking like should take us up to the next level, Younes. What do you reckon?
Yeah, completely, man. Cucurella's an upgrade. And to have a choice between him and Chilwell on that left-hand side is nuts. And also the versatility on the fact that they can actually play together. We're well covered. We've got so much going for us now on that left-hand side. We need to do the same on the right for Reece James and to add to him. But with the left-hand side, bro, Cucurella, he can do it all. Left centre-back, left wing back, going forward, defending. Even going forward and getting involved in attacks and scoring. We've seen him score.
Yeah.
Bro, he does it all. It's a great addition for us to be able to finally be looking into the Premier League and to start spotting the talents and to go for them and get them. One like being Cucurella, mate, fantastic. So I'm not concerned at all. I think it's an upgrade. I think it's exactly what we need. If we get into a situation like we did last season where there's injuries, we're covered. With anyone that's contemplating that, we've got too many left backs. Like, okay, technically we've got Chilwell, we're going to get Cucurella, we've got Alonso, and we've got Emerson. Understandable. Alonso is going to be leaving. Emerson is on the transfer list. These guys are gone. We're going to end up with two again. It's completely fine. And worst case scenario, if they don't go, well, we got four. Four's better than none. And, we're still going to have the two that are going to be in the first team squad. The others are going to be dangling about and they'll leave eventually. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, I think this situation with Emerson is that I believe it's Lazio that are interested in him. So we've got to keep an eye on that one. Baba Rahman, I expect no interest in the player whatsoever. It's just a case of running down this guy's contract. Marcus Alonso, as we know, there's interest with Barcelona. I just hope Chelsea don't mess that up. The player needs to go, to be honest with you.
I did read today that the outgoings are going to start really,
Oh, brilliant. That's good.
Like, it's like Miazga's going back to the MLS. Like, finally.
Cincinnati, right?
Cool.
FC Cincinnati is going
I think so, yeah. So cool. All right, one off the books. Fantastic. Next, and let's just start moving that now because we have to.
I've got, do you know what? From what I've seen so far, because I feel Todd Bowley's got a lot of stick from a portion of the fan base. I think he's done nothing wrong. I think so far the way he's handled this transfer window has been nothing short but brilliant, because you have to hold people accountable for their jobs. People are saying, oh, Todd Bowley wants this player, Todd Bowley wants that. Todd Bowley is not the manager. Before he took over the club, Todd Bowley said that Tuchel will be in control of the transfers, who he wants and who he wants out. Todd Bowley is literally there to facilitate the deals. That is it. And so far, for a man that's come from two different backgrounds of sport in a country where football is not the main sport of the culture, for him to come in and do what he's done, I've got nothing but praise for him. And I'm very happy that, you know, he is our owner. But let's move, because I know you got 30 minutes left. I'm trying to spend that a bit, 20 minutes left. Sorry, I'm trying to spend like 10 minutes on each topic. So Cucurella, for me, very confident that's going to happen. Similar with you, I think it's just a matter of when, not even if. It's just a matter of when. So we're just going to wait for the initial, the official Cucurella holding up the Chelsea shirt. Welcome to Chelsea and all of that good stuff.
Can't wait.
The second story. This one is very interesting because I have a particular co-host who came up with a very, very, very now famous shout for this player. Obama who? Obama what? Obama yeah. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Obama Blood Clot Yang, in the words of my good friend Troops. I know Zara is probably watching this sick to his stomach. Yeah, Zara does watch the live. Sometimes he doesn't comment. He just waits for the Arsenal shade before he throws in one or two comments. But no, that is a very interesting situation. Now, how true this is, I don't know. But I do want to go back to something you did say, actually, while we're discussing Cucurella. You mentioned Premier League proven. And I had this conversation with my mate T-Dot as well. He was saying, if you look at the targets that we're tangibly being linked with, they all have Premier League experience.
Which is fantastic.
Cucurella, Premier League. Sterling, Premier League. The only one that's not is Koulibaly, but we know he's an elite centre-back, so he's an exception to the rule. Fofana, Premier League, we're going to talk about. Aubameyang just got his move to Barcelona from the Premier League, which leads me to believe that there's actual legs to this story.
Oh, and it seems like there are. The people reporting on it all are legit people. So yeah, man, no, that's one thing that I've praised Todd Bowley for, is we're going after players that we know don't need time to adapt. That's the one thing we've struggled with, is players coming in and they have to adapt and they need that season grace period. Like, no, these guys can come in from the get-go and just start steamrolling. So yeah, Aubameyang's definitely one of them.
I mean, and if we look as well about our Aubameyang's history, I was about to call him Obama. If we look at his history, I mean, Thomas Tuchel and him have worked together as well. They've worked together before at Borussia Dortmund, so there is an existing relationship between the two players. I don't think they left on bad terms either, so that's one to keep an eye on. Now, obviously, I've got to ask you your thoughts on him potentially coming to Chelsea Football Club.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be a good move, Aubameyang coming to the club?
I see a lot of people, not just here. I mean, it seems a bit 50-50 here, but I see people as well, like all over the place. Since this rumor popped up, no, Aubameyang's finished. No, it's not going to work. He shouldn't come. I don't want him at the club. We want a Premier League proven striker, right? We want someone that can actually put the ball in the net, and we want to troll Arsenal. It's great. Let's do it. Now, you know what? With Aubameyang, yeah. The fact that, look, we have to isolate what happened at Arsenal.
Yeah.
I know some people are going to go, oh, yeah, but the way he was at the end of his time at Arsenal was crap. That's because him and Arteta had something happened. Something mad happened. I don't know what it was, but clearly something mad happened. Because prior to that happening, this guy was banging in goals left, right, and centre. Under previous managers at Arsenal as well, at one point, he was carrying that club on his shoulders. And then the way it all went down was quite gradual, which is never good. Sometimes just a one hit to cut everything is a good thing. But this was gradual. Like they started to, have a bit of turmoil, and then all of a sudden there's talk that he might not be the captain, and then he gets the captaincy taken, and then he doesn't show up to training, and then you're not involved in training, and then you're training with the reserves, and then you're not in the squad. Like it was so gradual and it just toxic, right? So whatever happened between him and Arteta is isolated. Aubameyang's worked under Tuchel before. Very rosy, very nice. Understandably, yeah, he's 33. So I'm not looking at this guy going, yeah, this guy's going to take us forward for the next 5 years. It's not happening. But in the same way that there was conversation about Ronaldo to come in for a season or two, I would say Aubameyang is probably better suited to the way that we play, knows Thomas Tuchel already, is Premier League proven, I think would link up with our front line and actually banging goals. I think he would suit for, I'd say, you'd obviously have to be realistic and go a season or two. We have to buy time. When you're looking realistically, there is no one on the market that's 24, 25 years old, quality striker who's available.
Facts.
Unless we're going to stick with Havertz and Broja and just run with that. I would rather we add Aubameyang to that, if I'm being completely honest. And we've got a good history of ex-Arsenal players at this club. I'm just saying.
That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact. The last striker that we had, oh man, I just get flashbacks of that goal against Atletico Madrid, bro.
I used to call him a lamppost. We all used to call him lamppost. Do you remember this when he was at Arsenal? Comes to Chelsea, not really sure about this one. Leaves not a legend, but you bow down to Giroud, bruv. You're just thank you very much for everything.
My respect for Giroud went through the roof.
100-fold.
By the time he left Chelsea, I was sad to see him go, and I never thought I'd ever say those words, but he's done well. But no, you are right.
Yeah,
you are right in the sense that we do get good out of ex-Arsenal players. Obviously, Ashley Cole as well, one of the if not the best left back to ever play, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, anyway. Then you got Giroud, but this one here, Aubameyang, because here's another thing as well. I do also think that a part of the turmoil at Arsenal was the fact that Aubameyang, for the level of player that he is, it didn't quite match his ambition. This is a player that should be in the Champions League season in, season out, should be competing for titles season in, season out. Do you know what I mean? Given his record, when he's on it, this guy is guaranteeing you at least 20 goals in the league a season. You know what I'm saying? So I understand, 33 years old, it's a bit of a gamble. But look, right now at the market, when you look at who's available, who is actually available?
Well, the other alternative, which I think most people will probably lean towards, is Memphis Depay.
Right.
If this is the thing, he's not actually available yet. We have to be, realistic. If he ends up available, happy days on a free transfer, you're taking him, right? Especially the situation we're in. I just outlined in terms of our striker situation. At that point, I wouldn't mind who we get. Depay or Aubameyang, pick one. I don't care. But he's not actually available yet. Hopefully he will be. If he can sort out this whole contract situation with Barcelona, if they come to an agreement to terminate everything, then he's available on a free call. As of right now, he's not. So we can't really do much. But Aubameyang, yeah, man, I'm all for that. And I'm not gonna lie. When I heard the news yesterday, I messaged you, didn't I? Troops was the first guy that popped into my mind. I was like, I'd love to see this. Can you imagine Aubameyang in a Chelsea shirt at the Emirates?
Listen,
be mad.
Listen, just like Todd Miller's saying here, thank you for the super chat. If Aubameyang comes out and Troops are in the mud, listen, the fact that he was linked to Chelsea Football Club, it was over for him from that moment. I saw that. Yeah, when I did see it, I sent it in the group chat. I've been sending boomerangs all day to this guy. He's been seeing the messages. He's seen the iMessages. He's seeing the phone calls, but he knows he can't answer it. He just knows it because I'm just going to troll the living shit out of him. And as well, let's be fair to him. He's still currently in Jamaica doing the honeymoon thing with his missus. So I hope that he enjoys. I might just wait for him to touch British soil before the trolling will commence, especially if this deal goes through. Oh my goodness, he might kick me off the podcast.
Do we know how long he's out there for?
I don't know how much longer he's there for, but
because hopefully, if it's the case, it would be nice if he comes back and he finds Aubameyang at Chelsea. That would be hilarious.
That would be the icing on the cake. It actually would. Could you imagine if Aubameyang got the winning goal this season and just did an Adebayor? I would love it.
Give him the Puskas Award immediately.
Yeah, I'd give him the keys to Stamford Bridge for like a week for that.
And you know what's mad? I mentioned this to some of the guys earlier on, right? I don't know if he's that character or if he'd consider it a motivator, but it ended really badly between him and Arteta, right?
Yeah.
I know he has respect and love, I think, for Arsenal as the club and for the fans, but for Arteta and the fact he's still in charge, hopefully, if it were to happen, that could be a motivating factor. Like, now, I'm going to go to Chelsea and I'm going to smash it there and prove to you. Like, I don't know. It'd be hilarious if he could do that. I don't know if he's that sort of guy, but yeah, it would be mad to see him in a Chelsea shirt. Would be hilarious. It'd just be funny.
There's shouts of, oh, if you're going to go for Aubameyang, you might as well go for Ronaldo. Well, here's the thing. That's not necessarily true, because we're not going to take Ronaldo's legacy away from him. Let's have that first and foremost. We do know he's a prolific goal scorer, but does he fit? But this guy is going to cost north of £700,000 a week, because remember, he's getting $500,000 after tax.
He will have to take a cut wherever he goes, though. He will. There's no way anyone can afford that.
No, they can't.
There's no way.
But if he's coming to Chelsea, how much more of a cut do you think he's going to take, knowing that with Chelsea Football Club?
Either that or stay unhappy at Man United.
Facts. That's
pick one.
for me, that's a deal that would be very, very, very expensive. Although commercially, it would be brilliant for Chelsea Football Club, because the guy is one of the biggest football players to ever play football. So on that side of it, cool. But I just worry more on the pitch, the effect that he's going to have amongst the team and whatnot. But for me, the Aubameyang situation makes a bit more sense for me in terms of...
I agree,
I trust him, because, look, again, you got to ask yourself these questions. I always go back to the litmus test. Is Aubameyang a better finisher than any of the strikers that we've got at the team? Absolute no-brainer. How was his record when he was in England? Absolute no-brainer.
Even at Barca, not that much games, but he's banging on average above one goal a game. I know one goal every 2 games. So you cannot
deny it. You can't deny the quality. He's done it in Germany. He's done it in England. He's now done it, well, not very long in Spain, but you can see that it didn't faze him going over there. And let's have it right. 33 years old is not. He's still got a couple years left in him if he's gonna keep his body to optimal condition. You know, look at Benzema, look at Lewandowski. Like, we're in an era now where players can play for much longer if they take care of their bodies. The technology is also better as well in terms of medical care and that as well. So I don't really see that being a huge factor. My only thing is the price tag has got to be sensible, and so does the wages too.
It would be, because I think at Barca he earns 95k a week. He took a big cut to go there, and again, he done that because he just had to leave Arsenal. It's destroyed over there. So, in terms of wages, I don't think it'll be a problem. In terms of body and whatnot, he's not someone that gets injured. Facts. He doesn't get injured. Like, the guy's always playing. So he definitely looks after himself. The science allows players to play longer, I think. Things have developed. It's not the case now where back in the day, you hit 30, there's questions being asked. 32, you can start considering retirement. 34, you're retired. Like, it's done. And now you're seeing players last until 38, 39. Like, it's mad. The science has allowed people to, I think, really develop their bodies from a young age for them to get even more longevity. So, Aubameyang, I think, will be fine. He moves quick. I think, as I've said, the style of football will probably go along with him. He links up really well. He doesn't, get past 2 or 3 guys at the same time, but he's always right position, right time. And knows how to finish, and that's what we lack. We lack someone that's going to be able to get the ball, the chance we create, and know exactly what to do with it in that time. Aubameyang does that, for being honest. So
I have to agree with you. I wouldn't be completely against it. If it's because we might run into the problems of, because if it is Kai and Broja, look, Kai Havertz, I have my issues with his finishing anyway. Broja. He's still very young, so to put that pressure on his shoulders, he does need it relieved by somebody. And you got to remember as well, both of these number 9s or false 9s are both under the age of 25 years old. They're babies.
Exactly.
You see what I mean? So experience needs to come from somewhere. You need somebody there that can show them, well, look, this is be in this position, be in that position, Kai, this is how you finish. Stop trying to caress the ball into the bottom corner or whatever. Put your fucking foot through it for once. Yeah, that's you never know. That's all it could take. Like, and it's
you're
like,
right. You're spot on. You're spot on.
Yeah, because now he's looking at it like, well, this is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang that's telling me this, so he must be onto something. So it's these little things that you've also got to consider, like going forward to help, because these senior players help develop the young youth. So that's definitely a point there. But Pepita, thank you very much for your super chat. What do you think of Barca selling Ricky Puig to LA, and what do you think about him? Big up Guni and Younes, and should we one day go for him? Well, Ricky Puig, I thought he was going to, kick on a lot more than he did. I'd say a season or two ago, he looked like to be one of the top prospects coming out of La Masia. They tried to integrate him into the team. And for whatever reason, listen, I don't watch Barcelona week in, week out, but for whatever reason, his name has been fading out, possibly because of, well, Gavi and Pedri, but those are two very exceptional players. But to be sold to LA Galaxy, one is very good for the MLS, but two, it's a bit, it's a strange decision for me at this point in his career, given that he's still very young and he could have possibly gone to any one of the other leagues in Europe. So definitely a good signing for LA, in my opinion, if he continues to be professional and gives it his all. But I'm quite surprised by that move. Younes, what do you think?
Look, this is where reality dawns in. Yeah, not every single top young player is gonna make it. Yeah. That's just how it is. You mentioned Pedri and Gavi. Right now, you're not unless you're special, you're not moving them to the side, right? In terms of other clubs coming in, that's just the luck of the draw. It just depends. I mean, look, if we're talking luck of the draw, we're talking about Cristiano Ronaldo here, right? And clubs are saying no. And now he's left with no option. That can happen, even for young players that are trying to come through. That can happen. LA Galaxy have come in. He sees a good lifestyle, I'm guessing, enough money for his career as a footballer. I get to play. I have time later. Maybe I impress and I come back later. So it's one of those things. Look at another example I saw today of that. Lewis Bate.
Yeah.
You see what happened to Lewis Bate? Yeah. We got rid of him to Leeds. At that point, there was a few Chelsea fans at the time criticizing, going, "Nah, he's one that we can use for the future and whatnot." He got to Leeds. What happened? Today, it's been announced he's gone to Oxford United on loan. Bro, it's what it is. It happens. That's just the way football is.
And I've got to say something about some of these pro Cobham guys. The way some of these people talk to other fans is so condescending and it's so rude and it's disgusting. Yeah. If you have information on something that the rest of the public don't have, especially being Chelsea fans, don't sit on your high horse and just bash people with it. Share the information. We're all Chelsea fans here. Regardless of whether you're a super Cobham fan or not, we all want the same result, which is Chelsea to do well. And I've seen it on Twitter, and I don't stand for it one bit. I just don't like how condescending some of these people are. I'm not even going to lie to you. Particularly with this situation with Levi Colwill, the amount of dogs abuse I've seen them give to people who are just sharing their opinion. It's been absolutely ridiculous. But look, I hope that changes somewhere down the line. Highly doubt that it will. This is just, opinions are opinions, innit? And they all come in all different shapes and sizes. But Mohammed Saeed, I did answer this question, and as did Younes. We don't know for a fact, obviously, but we've given our reasons as to why we think that Cucurella will be on his way to Chelsea. I'm personally not worried. So there's your answer. I still think he does come to Chelsea. Great meal, wonderful food would be such a great chant after. That's a brilliant one. That is a good one. But we do have one more story that I do want to move on to before we do come to an end. And that is this. It is to do with Wesley Fofana. Yes, GFFN News, that's Get French Football News, have reported that Chelsea made a £60 million / €75 million bid for Wesley Fofana that was turned down. And I do believe Fabrizio Romano as well did say something about that. Was it the 60 million bid, Younes, that he mentioned?
I think it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it got turned down as expected. Well, you have to get the first bid turned down, isn't it?
100%, because it's the opening bid. And do you know what I believe the first bid always is? For me, it's a club saying to the player, we're willing to make the investment in you. Now, what we need you to do is go and speak to the club and let them know that you would like them to listen to offers for you. Make this transfer easy for us. Yeah.
And he's already doing that. He done that before the bid went in.
So, yeah, exactly. So, and the fact that the opening bid is actually quite relatively close to Leicester's asking price, for me, it's an inevitable. If this rumor is to be believed, it is an inevitable thing. And I expect, expect is a strong word, but I would guess roughly about next week or probably after that or some stage, we might see that there's been an agreement in price between Leicester and Chelsea Football Club. How are you feeling about this transfer, Younes?
Yeah, I agree. I think, well, I don't want to say like what I said with Kunde. You know, I was going like, yeah, it's got to happen. It's going to happen. Surely it's going to happen. No, but we put in a bid of 62. Leicester won 80. Come halfway. Job done. So I'll expect around the 70-odd margin, 70, 71, 72 maybe tops. And Leicester will probably say, yeah. If the player wasn't unhappy, if the player was like, no, I'm cool to stay, Leicester will be going, no, 80 to even start talking. But if Fofana, which he's done now, is starting to cause turbulence and trying to get things done on his end, which is great because that lets his club know and that lets us know that he wants to move, then at that point, Leicester lose a bit of leverage. And it's Leicester going, okay, look, he's unhappy. If we keep him, we might just have a very unhappy player that might not actually perform. Or he might be professional, but it's a risk. We can take 70. We want 80, but we can take 70. It's better than nothing. We'll take 70 because it's close enough to our value and we get enough money for the player who's going to be unhappy anyway. So I would hope it would go down in that sort of way. 62 is a good opening bid to start business, basically. So let's wait and see.
I also think it'll be quite important to get this deal done before anything happens with Youri Tielemans, because we know that Tielemans does want to leave Leicester. He's got interest from Arsenal. I also believe he's got interest. I think it's Tottenham. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think, but there's also, is it Newcastle that want Maddison? They put a bid in for Maddison, got rejected. Mm-hmm. So there's that as well.
Yeah.
And they've lost Schmeichel to Nice already. So like, yeah, we got to try and get, first dibs. But with Tielemans, what's going on between him and Arsenal? That was meant to happen months ago. Like, what?
It's different things I'm hearing. Some people are saying, they're concerned about his physicality. They're concerned about his consistency. I don't know. There's all kinds of excuses. But what we do know is that Tielemans is favouring a move to Arsenal, but Arsenal just haven't acted. Maybe they need to get some players over the line, a bit out the door. Sorry, you never know. But listen, forget Arsenal. We are Chelsea Football Club. Fofana, he does want, from every outlet that I'm hearing, he is very much open to moving to Chelsea Football Club. I don't think he's going to disrespect Leicester and, publicly push for the move and stop turning up to training sessions and stuff, because we need to remember as well that this guy, he suffered a very, very serious injury and Leicester still kept their faith in him, and, he rehabbed there and hopefully they can get him back to a decent standard. But at the same time, you cannot fault a man for his ambitions. We've got to know that Chelsea we are going to be looking to fight for more titles in the nearer coming future than what Leicester are. So I'm sure that is a huge, huge thing for Fofana. And I'm also convinced as well that he was a Chelsea fan or is a Chelsea fan, because I've seen not just one, but several pictures of him as a child in a Chelsea kit. And one of his best mates on Instagram as well has been alluding to the fact that he should possibly sign for Chelsea, saying things like, you look better in this kit, etc., etc. But maybe that's just me holding on to short straws and all that kind of stuff, or however the saying goes. But Younes, we finished this. Listen, this window could be absolutely crazy, right?
Yep.
Koulibaly, Raheem Sterling, Cucurella, Wesley Fofana. I dare them to throw in De Jong in that mix. Roman said to me yesterday, if those transfers happen, he's going to change his middle name to Todd, and he's going to give his first name. He's going to give his son's first name Todd as well. That is how super gas. He just can't believe what's going on. But this is going to be one of the best windows that we have had in recent memory, and we certainly have not seen anything like this since the beginning of Roman Abramovich.
Yeah, it would. I would say it would rival our 2004 window with Roman and Roman, Ranieri / Jose afterwards. That whole time was just player, all coming in one after the other like a train. So I think it would rival that 100%. And it's quite ironic, isn't it? New ownership, tons of players come in, beautiful. But it'd be one hell of a window. If we can get the players that we've got already, if we were to add, obviously, Cucurella, Fofana, De Jong, and an attacker, we're winning the Prem.
Not to forget that we've just signed Slanina as well. I forgot about the youngsters.
Oh, yeah. And we're investing for the future. This is mad as well.
We signed Chooks as well. Yeah. Also Casadei from Inter, the midfielder, the highly rated
first
midfielder.
bid got rejected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And let me throw in another one. If this one goes through, I might have to run from uptown New York all the way downtown, full Usain Bolt sprint, just shouting. This guy Endrick at Palmeiras.
I heard
this
16.
young striker looks like a bad man.
Mate, his goal stats are stupid.
The guy looks like he's a generational player, and Chelsea are really, really apparently trying to get this one over the line. Now, considering the guy's age, I think what is he like 17?
He's 16. He's 16.
16.
16. He's 16. I think he averages more than a goal a game.
But listen, even outside of his finishing, he is just you can just see like he's a generational player. This is a player that comes once every generation. He's just built to play football, this kid. The price tag ain't going to be cheap. It's going to be around 40 million euros, 30 million euros. But what I will tell you from the potential that I've seen from this guy and what I hear, he could easily, probably by the time he's 21, 22, be north of 100 mil easily, very easily. Yeah. But it'll be interesting to see what happens there. If we do sign him, do we loan him back to Palmeiras or do we integrate him in the squad? That's another thing that I'm not too sure about, given his age. This is the Premier League as well. Would it be risky to do so? I wouldn't know with this profile of player. Bro,
it's so mad. Like, he's so fresh that there basically are no stats on this guy. I can see 7 games, 6 goals. That's all I need to know. That's mental. Yeah. I think there probably will be a loan for him to keep developing if we were to go in for him. But yeah, that could be, like how years later we figure out we had a chance to get Mbappe when he was like 12.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or we had the chance to get like, I don't know, all those players when they were like babies. This could be that. Endrick could be that guy in like 10 years' time. So I'd say it's worth it.
Not sure how true this is. But
because of Brexit, he has to be loaned out into 18. I think there is something around that.
Yeah, so let's either way. Listen,
I think there is something about it.
As long as we just need to get that deal over the line, 100%. Barca are going to get him. Well, that's another thing. I know Barca are circling and sniffing round. Probably Real Madrid and the top clubs in the world. But look,
we'll be like, do you want Alonso and Aspi or not?
Yeah, we definitely got to see what happens there. I agree with this one. This is the last comment I'm going to read before we put this to an end. Most important, we need a director of football by January because Todd has been murdered by Barca. We need the revenge thing. I don't know because you know what I'm going to say about this whole Barca situation and us being bullied and mudded. Yeah, wait until the end of the window. But Younes is about to. What have you got going? What's going on here?
Bro, the director of football, apparently Chelsea are in talks with Michael Edwards. So, like, and according to well, at least what I read was Michael Edwards doesn't have anything from his Liverpool contract to say he can't join another Premier League team immediately. So, conversations have begun. Michael Edwards seems like the number one guy we're going to go for. So
let's see. I mean, that would be the icing on the cake. But just people, we have to remember. Yeah, we have to remember. All of these transfers that we've done have been without a director of football. So whoever says Chelsea have got no pull when we're being bullied here, there, and everywhere, listen, how is it going to look if we end up with better targets than what we was linked with in the first place? Yeah, and we end up taking Frankie de Jong as well and Aubameyang. Then does it really look like a bad window? Have we really been mudded by Barcelona, or have we had the best transfer window in Europe? These are the questions that you got to ask yourself. But Younes, in fact, you know what? Before I do that, people, make sure if you are new to this channel, you hit that subscribe button as well. Smash the like button too. Leave your thoughts in the comments if you're watching after this video as well. I do like to go through the comments and read what you lot think. But Younes, what do you have on the channel coming up, or you've already uploaded? Let the people them know what's going on.
Well, according to the comment on the screen, I've got a Todd Bowley appearance coming. So looking forward to that. And with what's coming out today, I think the latest updates and my thoughts on it. Tomorrow, I think, is a double upload. My Premier League predictions and the first preview of the season, Everton-Chelsea preview. So, yeah, I think that's the latest. Then we dive into the weekend where we play our first game.
Opening day of the season, 2 days to go, Saturday.
Well, we start with Palace Arsenal tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, true. I mean, but for Chelsea, but Palace Arsenal. Do you know what? Give me a prediction for that before we go, actually.
I honestly don't know.
It's always hard at the beginning of the season, isn't it?
No, because it's Arsenal. Like, last season, they started off the season, they got smashed by Brentford, game 1. Yeah, and then they lost to us, and then I think they lost to Spurs. With this, like, they've had a fantastic preseason. They looked immense this preseason. I think they won every game. But it would be very Arsenal for them to have all of that, and it's all sunshine and rainbows, and then lose 1-0 at Selhurst. It'd be very Arsenal.
And do you know what else is very, very interesting about Arsenal? Is that they've just sold their backup keeper. So if anything happens to Ramsdale after this transfer window,
what, is Leno gone?
It's gone. He's at Fulham now.
Wow.
They got no, and they've just loaned out the Okonkwo as well. That was their young keeper. So who did they actually?
So who's in goal? Troops. Troops going goal.
Ramsdale, they just gotta hope he stays fit all season, man. But people, listen, man, thank you all for joining in. And if you haven't already, smash up that subscribe button. Really quickly, just to answer your question very quick. In terms of a prediction, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say a 2-0 Arsenal win. Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. Although I wouldn't be surprised if they lost. Just saying, I wouldn't be surprised. I did say on back again. Oh, it's not out yet, so I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you lot. So you guys better just watch the next episode of Back Again when it comes out. If you want to know what my predictions are for the games, I also gave a Chelsea prediction. But yeah, that one was a good episode. Obviously, you got Troops over there in Jamaica as well, loving life. Well, I'm pretty sure that if he hasn't heard the Aubameyang news, he probably still is. But if he has, he's probably on the blower to Aubameyang. Like, please do not go to Chelsea. Please don't do this, because my co-host will not let me hear the end of it. But
in the middle of his honeymoon, just like, yo, Aubameyang, what are you doing? His wife, it's like they're waiting. Aubameyang, don't do it. Yeah, what's up?
Nah, man. But people, once again, smash up that like button, subscribe if you are new, leave your thoughts down there in the comments. You know where to find me and Younes. If you don't, everything is down there in the descriptions. Done all the hard work for you. But wherever you are, whatever you're doing, people, please make sure you stay safe. Bless up.